Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the podcast, another episode of Caffeine and Green with your man, Connor Cardenas. And before we get into it today, I just want to give a huge shout out to the title sponsor of Caffeine and Green, which is 7 Seas Roasting Company, coming straight out of San Diego, California. My home roaster, and most of the time where you'll find me during the week. Now, what's so great about 7 Seas Roasting is that we're doing things a little bit different in specialty coffee. We're working with coffee farmers in villages in Laos and Vietnam, and we're bringing those coffees to life. But along with that, we're also showcasing other amazing coffees, Colombia's, Ethiopians, Guatemala's, Mexican coffees, which is coming down the pipe, so get ready, y'all. Now, full transparency, I am the head roaster at 7 Seas, as most of you know. But regardless, I think by now y'all know that I'm giving you straight fire with that coffee. So what I want you to do is head over to 7seasroasting.com, put in my code C&G at checkout, and you're going to get a deal, which is 3 bags of coffee for $30. I mean, that's a no-brainer if you really think about it, because 2 bags is $32 right there. So you're essentially getting 1 bag of coffee for free. It's a no-brainer, like I said. Now, right now, we have the El Jaguar, which is amazing. It's chocolate. It's nutty. It has a little bit of orange zest up front. We also have an array of new Lao coffees. The Katuat Village, we have the Phodom Kwan, and we also have the classic Setapung. Now, we also have some other things coming down the pipe, again, like I mentioned, so be ready, but that's what you have to choose for, and we have amazing, they're amazing coffees. I really hope you guys enjoy it, and again, use that code C&G at checkout. That's CANDG, and you're going to get that deal 3 for $30. Now, unfortunately, the charity coffees, which is the Kaha Collective and the Spikes Roast, don't come in this deal. But you still have so many coffees to choose from, it's all G. So head over, guys, C&G at checkout to get that deal. My guest today is the infamous, the notorious, the internationally known Chris Russell. That's right. My man Chris Russell rolled through today, and I have to say, it was such a rad podcast, guys. I mean, I've known Chris for a better part about 10 years now, and I've seen him grow from a little Grom at like 12 to now where he's 22, killing it, traveling the world, gone pro, just living a grown man's life, crushing it. And he's only 22. He's amazing. He's one of my favorite people on the planet, period. And I really hope that he motivates you guys and, helps everybody just keep striving for some greatness, because he's out there hustling. He's out there motivating. And fuck, man, it was just awesome to catch up with him and just to, wish him more success and wish him more just greatness. So without further ado, my motherfucking man, Chris Russell. This your time to shine, homie. Let's go. Caffeine and Green. It's your boy Connor. What's good? Good. Caffeine and Green. What's poppin', Chris?
Dude, just chilling, man. Just fucking stoked to be alive, Another day.
Fucking A. We're live on Caffeine and Green with Chris Russell here. Fucking welcome to the show, sir.
Man, it's a pleasure. I'm stoked to be on, man.
Yes. I'm so pumped that we fucking got to have you come out to the house. You're the last podcast in the house.
Damn, yeah.
Damn, this is where it started, too.
I know. I'm stoked to be able to check it out. It's
Dude,
fucking nice.
I'm fucking stoked that you came, bro. Dude, I'm just like, I usually, what I do, I just start, get right into it. And, sorry, I have notes. I didn't want to fuck this up. But yeah, man, I mean, we, like, straight up, I just wanted to be like, we talked about, or what should I say when we talked about? What I want to talk about is when I met you. How old were you when I met you? You were like 11 or 13 or something like that?
Man, yeah, I think about like 12, 13. I'd cut all my hair off, so probably 13, I think. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. You might have been 12, because I feel like it was like you were young.
I know. Hella young.
When did you start skating?
7, 8 years old. I think that was the year. Yeah. That was when the mind came open,
Dude, so you were skating for 5 years already by the time I met you.
Yeah, it was. And now it's like trip because that's like not even that old now. I mean, that's like old or whatever. Like all these kids skating when they're like toddlers and shit. It's a trip.
Dude, like what's the youngest skater you've seen?
I don't know. They're pretty tiny though.
Yeah.
I mean, little Gavin, I was like, remember watching him and he was like 5, I swear. And he was just like juicing it so hard. I think that was years ago too.
Yeah.
Now he's like 10 years old or whatever. But yeah, all those little kids, man, they've been skating like before they could even walk almost.
Dude, I remember seeing Corey Janau. I see him on S Games and flying through the air, but I remember seeing him at like the bread bowl.
Oh yeah.
All padded up.
Oh yeah.
Remember you were probably there. He was there at a couple bread bowl
Yeah,
events.
I was for sure at the bread bowl. Yeah, I love those things, dude. That bowl was like one of the best wooden bowls ever, dude.
Ever.
So fun.
The original one too in Miramar.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the one on top of Claremont was sick, but I don't know. There was something about that one in Miramar that was just.
Yeah, I feel you. I only got to skate that one like a few times, but I definitely got some heavy usage of the one that was off in Claremont.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yeah. I always had that one whenever it was like raining and shit.
Dude.
Now it's just collecting dust somewhere, sadly.
Really? Is Sector 9 not there anymore?
Fuck no. It hasn't been, that bowl hasn't been there for a few years now. Which sucks because that was like the only place you can kind of go to that's indoor. And it's just rad and it's close, you know, and it's like low maintenance. But yeah, that thing's collecting dust somewhere. I don't know.
That's sad.
Weird insurance policies and shit from the suits.
What?
Yeah, and that was like the whole thing. They dropped the whole team, I think. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Hasn't been there for a minute.
Fuck. Dude. Oh, well, RIP to that. Either way.
RIP.
So, yeah, RIP to that bowl, the bread bowl. And Mercado, that he was the dude who kind of like organized all of that. Dude,
he brought us all together and everything.
Dude, he is such a G.
Oh yeah. Now he's killing it in fucking New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Dude, shout out to that man right there.
Shout out to Mercados.
Dude, so we met because you skated for Dism Eyewear.
Yeah.
And so that's when I met you, and then from that point on we just started skating, and you were definitely a little hellraiser for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember even we like went on that skate trip with Zach Dowdy.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
That was your first trip,
It
bro.
was the first trip. And like I remember you big dogging me, no beers, but I could puff as much as I wanted on that trip. No beers. Don't give him any fucking beers. But I was like, oh, I hit that. And you're like, yeah. It's
dude,
all
but
good.
your dad was like, bro, he can puff.
Yeah.
But don't let him drink. And
yeah.
That's why I wasn't trying to big dog you like hella like
no,
that,
it was clean. It was hella clean. And I was like, I'll never forget that. Ever. It was so sick. I mean, we went to Oakland and everything, and I don't think a lot of like 14-year-old kids say like, oh, I went to Oakland to do a skate trip when they were super young.
Dude, you were deep in Oakland. We were like, remember fucking that dude spit on the van? Were you when like right we pulled up to the light?
It was hot right as we like went in. And I was like, all right, here we are, different world. Let's go. It was sick.
Dude, I remember one night you came up to me. You were like, bro, I can't sleep on the floor here. Remember we were sleeping in that bunk ass house in the back?
Yeah, tweaker shed almost.
Dude, remember the drawings on the back of the
so fucking weird. So weird.
Dude, that shit fucking blew. And then you're like, let me go sleep in the van, dude. I'm like, fuck you. You're staying your ass in this
And now
house.
in like retrospect, I'm like, fuck sleeping in the van. That's way sketchier.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, bro, it's fine.
But it was sick. We trenched it out. It was like full concrete floors and just like, here we go. I'm like, I fell in love with skate trips ever since then. I was like, oh, that's the shit.
Dude, the shower situation with that door that didn't have a top or a bottom so you could see everybody.
Remember.
Dude, yeah. You couldn't take a shit or like take a shower without everybody seeing your shit.
Oh, that's jacked. I don't even remember that. Probably suppressed.
Dude, that shit was so bugged. But then like shortly after that, you definitely started to find your way like doing all your contests, and now dude, you're pro now.
Yeah, man, it's a trip.
You are tatted up as fuck now.
Yep, I got a few pieces of ink here and there. But really, it was crazy, man, like that transition and everything. Like Dowdy and all the dudes down here and you all kind of helped me like, that was it. Tap into like everything down here, what it like had to do with. And I was like super stoked about that. That's like, as a little kid, I think that's like the most important thing.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking G. But you were already getting plugged in at that time. Well, you were getting Creature boards like Flow.
Yeah, I started getting Creature boards when I was like 12 about. I was getting Flowed a little bit. And then I went through like a little weird thing where like I was getting boards through Heavy Metal Chuck. Shout out to him. Mad love. Fucking amazing. He was giving me boards. He was NHS rep for like South Bay and like Long Beach. And then he got let go. And I was like, I wasn't getting boards for like a month or two. I don't remember. And I started riding like a Black Label deck. And I went to Combi Pool, I think, like on a Wednesday. And Darren saw me ride a Black Label deck, and he was like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not getting any boards anymore. He's like, nah, fuck that. He's like, I'll take care of you. And that was it. And it was like, only got to ride one deck, and then I was back
This
on
was
Creech.
Darren, you said?
Yeah, Darren. And then Darren put me back on pretty much with everybody, like kind of like ran it by a few people, and then I met Partnan, and then I met Lee, and then rest was history. I was like, it was family. Yeah.
Dude, you've never really ridden any other boards but Creatures, essentially.
That was it. That was like what for me was like the coolest shit growing up, man. Like watching Born Dead and Heshla, like that's what like got me super juiced, like skating backyard pools and shit.
Yep.
And yeah, I loved it, man. Ever since then I was like, that's it. That's the one. Ever since I was like a youngin', just getting on my board pretty much.
Yep. Dude, that's super fucking sick. That, you know, you've also seen the progression of Creature. So like Creature Skateboards has gone from like one look, and I remember Creature started to really change when they added David Gravette.
Yeah.
He like 5-0'd El Toro or whatever. But then after that, all like more dudes that were like crazy and just kind of fucking like
we got a
jumping off
diverse
shit.
army for sure. It's pretty sick, man. I'm stoked.
Dude, that's
we got Alicia and
Alicia.
Alicia Brigado. She rides for us. She's a ripper, fucking
a ripper as a girl.
Ripper. Yeah.
Oh,
I grew up
fuck
actually
yeah.
skating with her and Lizzie, and yeah, she charges. She's super sick. Big transition skater and everything.
Sick.
Yeah, she charges.
Does she do vert and like a deep pool like
Oh yeah,
she can
she can skate like everything, like vert, bowls, whatever. Yeah.
Damn.
That was pretty sick.
For you, vert or pool?
Oh, skating pools and like concrete is always the best.
Do you like more of a fucked up pool, like somebody's backyard, like the one on that very first trip that we did, or like combi where it's like essentially perfect?
Nah, I think everything's gotta have some character, you know. I think when shit's too perfect, it's like gets boring quick. You know,
Okay.
when you gotta struggle for like a frontside grind over a death box, it feels a lot better, you know. It's just it's fucking a different feeling, you know.
Oh, dude.
Got a little bit less control, so it feels like more raw and a little bit better.
When you're coming in on a trick, the one thing I always tripped out on watching you skate, from the first time I ever seen you skate, as like a fucking grown, like, compared to you, I'm 13 years older than you, I think.
Shit.
How old are
that's
you now?
Crazy. 22. I'm about to be 23 in November.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'm like 11 years older than you. So I'm 33.
Trip out.
Yeah. But
Still looking young though.
dude, thank you, dude. Thank you, my G. But I always, dude, it doesn't matter then or now when I see you skate on Instagram and shit. You just ride into shit so perfect. Like you just understand how much you need to lean. Like your center of gravity is perfecto. But it's like, how the fuck, like what's your thought process when you're up on that lip, you're grinding over the death box and you're fucking going frontside? Dude, you're going into straight vert on some pools. And then, you know, it's not really like perfect transition.
It's just like stay loose. Try not to think too much. I think the less you think about it, the better. Always, usually. If you start to like try to
overanalyze.
Yeah, overanalyze and nitpick a trick or anything, you start to like get like kind of blinded from like when you first started to do it. I don't know. That's for me personally. Like I gotta like go like fully dumb. Try to like no brain it.
You're going dumb.
Yeah, no brain.
You're like, that's some bass shit right there. You're just going hella dumb.
Hella dumb. Hella dumb.
But dude, so the thing to me though is like you got your frontside game on lock. Like what you be doing, you like come up frontside disaster reverts, frontside 50 reverts.
Yeah, that was like always kind of my like I always liked reverting out everything.
Dude, super hard too.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy. So what now? Would you prefer to skate something like Washington Street or the one Long Beach? What was that one? Like San Pedro or whatever?
Oh, that's San Pedro, baby. You can't call it LBC. Come on
my
now.
bad. I'm sorry, my bad. I don't even fucking know.
No. You know what? Like, both. They're just like completely different animals. San Pedro, another reason why, like, fucking love that whole crew. Shout to them and Robbie, Ronnie, and Oscar, and all those dudes. Growing up skating with them kind of really helped me, do kind of, I don't know, be a part of like something super rad down there. Because I lived in Hermosa. It's only like 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I was always down there, like always. And man, I think San Pedro's always got a place in my heart. But so is this place on Washington Street.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, so that's one of the things I want to get into is, you started so young in skating. I mean, now you're saying it's a normal thing, but for me, when I first met you, I was like, how is this fucking dude ripping so hard at such a young age? What got you into skating? What specific moment was there like?
I always had like a board around the house and everything. So, I mean, it was on the mind, but I wasn't really fucking with it too much. And then we go to Seattle on a family mission, and like completely family road trip, go visit my uncle, and I'm like, oh, I want to check out a skate park here. And I like saw, I think it was Arlington Park in Seattle or Washington. It's not really Seattle, but yeah, from there on I was like, this is what the world has to offer. I'm like, game over. Quit soccer, quit everything. Yeah.
Riding your board?
No, I could drop in.
Oh,
I
you
could drop in.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew how to drop in, so I wasn't like necessarily bad, but I knew it wasn't like something I was super aware of, like of how fucking insane like shit could be. For me, it was like, oh, I grew up in Hermosa Beach, and there's only one skate park ever.
Yeah.
You don't like, then you go see it, and then it's like, whoa, kind of like mind-boggling a little bit. So that was it.
You grew up down that street from that high school where like Reynolds did that crazy ass
Costa.
line.
Absolutely been slaughtered,
Dude, those set to stairs in a row, and then that long ass one that he frontside flipped or something.
Frontside flipped it and stay gold. It's pretty crazy. It's like right down the street, and like yeah, that set's they're like front set too. It's like a big 13, like hella tall, has been murdered too.
Murdered?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Absolutely.
Dude,
that place is like
insane.
It's all gated up now, so like, and there's hella 5-0 on the premises, like. So I don't know if it's I haven't seen any new clips from it because of that. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, that frontside flip set right there is like completely dust. Like they got a full gate right there, so you can't even fucking do it now.
Oh wow!
Like a gnarly steel gate. Yeah.
Dude, does your family still have that house up there?
Yeah, that's where my pops lives. Just takes care of our dogs and
Sick.
he's holding it down, the lifeguard game and all that.
Dude, sick.
Yeah, he's been good.
But wait, so sorry, we're gonna get back to that story. Like, so you were in Seattle, you started skating after that. Was that that's when you really started skating?
That's
and,
it. Like I literally remember the full tilt in my brain of like when I like dropped in at that park, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, that's it. I'm not doing anything else. Like that was it.
Did you see anybody skate before?
Yeah, I was like kind of watch skate videos, but not too much. I wasn't like super, like I said, I wasn't like aware of it. Like, but then after that, I think I watched Born Dead on that trip too. So that was like when like I was like, dude, this is it. 'Cause I was already a little metalhead kid, and I wasn't fucking listening to rap. I had long hair, and I was like fucking Heshers, like skating to metal and dark throne and fucking backyard pools and big concrete. And I'm like, say no more. I'm like, that's my fucking shit. Like,
yep.
I loved it off. Yeah, I loved it off the bat. So it was just like, yeah, I don't know. It was a trip. Like I watched Born Dead on that trip, and that was like my first skate. I think that might have been my first skate video I've ever seen.
Oh wow.
Like one of them, probably. I wouldn't say very first, but like definitely, yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah,
that's definitely different too. I mean, people in my generation, for sure, generation of skaters is like fulfill the dream, misled youth, shit like that. And then there's definitely I've met a couple kids who are like, Look High Fully Flared was their first video.
Yeah,
like holy shit, that's the first video you ever saw.
It's a trip. Yeah. So weird,
dude. I couldn't even
the expectation
imagine.
of like the production of that too, like. These are how all the skate videos should be, right? I'm like, no, but it's sick.
Nah.
Fucking sick, though, too, though, like in their own way. It's so rad.
Of course.
Yeah.
At that
so
time,
legendary. Yeah.
so different.
But yeah, it's a trip. Like, that's your first video, like, shit blowing up and, like,
yeah, dude.
green screen stuff.
You're seeing, like, three song Mark Johnson parts. Like,
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Pretty legendary.
bro.
Pretty sick.
Just doing, like, combos, looking like a real-life video game. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a pretty trip. It's a fucking trip.
So, when you fast forward back over to going to, like, getting on Creature, doing the thing, you also got on Vans. Are you still riding for Vans?
Yeah, I still ride for Vans. Yeah.
Sick.
I got, like, I was starting to get shoes when I was about, like, 14, 15.
Damn.
But I always rode Vans. Like, that was, like, my thing. Like, I was, like, the Cardiels were, like, the ones I fucking, like, bought so many of those. I'd buy them at, like, 3 at a time because I knew they weren't going to, like, be around forever. So, like, I probably went through so many of those shoes. Those,
sick.
and then I went through, like, a big pair of white rallies, too. And those ones were pretty sick. And then I was, like, religiously old school after I couldn't find, like, I'm so weird with shoes. Like, if I find one, then, like, that's it.
That's the shoe you're rocking for a minute?
Yeah. So I've been rocking old schools probably for, like, a long time. Long time. Probably since I was, like, 14.
Dude, wait.
Yeah.
Those aren't old schools, right? Those are slip-ons, right?
Oh, these are slip-ons, yeah.
But the old schools, how much padding do those have in?
They didn't have a lot at first. It was just like the insole, and then the Pro came around, and it was like a removable insole, some gel in it. Super dope, like way better. But I used to get the worst heel bruises in those things.
I was about to say, I mean, that you were always consistent. I only saw you. The only trick I ever remember seeing you battle was when you were super young. You were probably like 13 or some shit, and you were trying to do a feeble over the fucking box, or not the box, but the over the seat at Washington Street. That was like your battle. It took you like 2 hours to do it.
You know what? I think it was that 5.0 revert thing.
Was it that?
Yeah, that's what took me forever. Yeah.
But you were like super young.
Yeah.
But regardless, that's when I was like, holy shit, this is the first time I've ever seen him like try at a trick. Because everything else, he was super consistent. And I was like, oh yeah, he can rock those shoes. Don't hurt his feet because he's consistent as fuck.
Yeah. I think I was a few lbs lighter back then though too. So yeah, I might have helped out a little bit. But fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, that's just Washington Street for you right there though. It's like everything I've ever filmed there my entire life has always been a battle. But that's like that place is like, it makes you step up to the plate. It's like gonna make you work for it. So yeah, that's like fucking a lot of my like stoked to have that has been all at the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that place, for me, I feel like I didn't learn how to skateboard until I came to San Diego. San Diego has a completely different skate scene than San Francisco or even LA.
Yeah.
And having grown up in the Bay and then going to LA, where it was just like perfect fucking blacktop.
It's crazy.
Schools with like ledges, and it's essentially perfect, But then you go to Washington Street, and I remember like, when I came to San Diego, this is when I feel like I learned how to skate.
Oh yeah.
It's the shit here. It's like tough. It's rough.
Yeah. There's just a lot out here too. Like a lot of parks, a lot of spots. You gotta kind of have to drive everywhere, and it's only San Diego County's fucking huge.
It's huge.
But yeah, there's so much to skate down here. I mean, I think that's why, dude, a ton of skaters live here. Everybody and their mom skates down here, So it's just like.
But back in the day, it was not as much either. It was sick, but
even the last like 2 years, we got Linda Vista Park, City Heights, all these new parks and shit, and Vista, and I think it's become more of a hub. Just kind of like, I don't know. It's crazy, dude. It's blown. I mean, skateboard in general is blown up, but yeah, definitely down here, it's fucking gotten a little bit crazier.
Dude, well, I mean, that actually kind of leads me into. You said Vista Park. I automatically think of Shay. And fucking Little C. And dude, you fucking know those homies.
The best, dude.
Dude.
Love those guys.
I fucking met Shay working through coffee. I didn't meet him through skating.
Yeah, because Riley and them all have Steel Mill now. And
yeah.
So they're killing it over there, holding it down. It's pretty sick, man.
But, like, when I met Shay, he's like, I don't think he knew that I knew you. And then we were talking, and I said something. I was like, "Oh yeah, my homie Chris Russell." He's like, "I know Chris." I was like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" And then like it automatically we started talking. I mean, it was way before that we were like cool, but
Yeah.
it was always like, "What the fuck?" And then I'd see like you on his Instagram. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, tight crew is tight. You know. Yeah, I love all
Dude.
those guys.
Those dudes are. Do you ever go to Still Mill?
Yeah, they got really good coffee.
Dude, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
James Coffee, but like what Shay and Little C do is fucking unreal. Dude, they are true baristas and artists when it comes to like doing latte art and even pulling like good shots and knowing great coffee. Dude, Shay is a fucking shout out Shay Cooper all day.
Yeah,
That
those dudes
motherfucker
are
is
holding
so
it down.
G.
It's so sick, man.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm stoked for him. The whole scene with like all the records and everything. I mean, shit, what can go wrong? You know, it's like
Dude.
the best shit ever.
It's the homies.
Yeah.
It's fucking, and you go there. I remember I walked in there one time just as a skateboarder, and you're looking around. It's like Figgy was there, Riley's there, all these like Lanny Rhodes, all these dudes. I don't know them personally, but like, I mean, I know Riley, but it's like still, it's like, dude, as a skateboarder, you'd walk in if like a little kid or something walked in, be like, dude,
Yeah, it's sick, man.
these fools are all just cruising right here.
Yeah, it's the spot to like go and meet up and get your codge in the morning and then start your day. It's sick, man.
tight.
Yeah.
So you're living in Obino?
Yeah, living down in the fucking war zone.
The war zone with Stevie and fucking
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, no, Mikey's like, I don't know where he's staying right now, but Stevie's got a new spot, actually. It's very nice. And he's like up kind of West Point Loma, and I'm like right off Voltaire, pretty much kind of near the beach and shit.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
seeing your OB posts. I'm like, oh, that dude's living that life right now.
It's sick,
so
man.
fun.
I love it down there, but damn, at like 3 to 5 in the morning, the tweakers come out at
bro,
night.
I know, homie.
Dude, I mean, seriously, I'm not even kidding. That I like woke up to a chicken beat up with a bird scooter. I swear,
With
like
a bird scooter?
So-
What the fuck?
I'm like, this dude is like throwing it at her, and she's these crazy tweakers, like
yeah, the
don't
trolls.
know what the trolls, dude.
The trolls.
And she's screaming, the thing's going beep 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 beep. beep. I'm like, it's like freshly 6, maybe like 5:30, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking lose it right now. I'm like, just like full, just like anxiety attack, panic, mad in bed, just like what the fuck. But that shit happens down there, dude. It's so funny, dude.
OB's just hectic.
It is hectic. A lot of trolls, yo.
I
You
love
gotta watch
OB.
out.
I love it. But I always tell people, OB to me, straight up, if you took Venice, Berkeley, and Santa Cruz and like put it in a 6-block radius,
Yeah.
all three.
It's an
And
old dirty
that's-
beach town,
yeah,
dude.
that's
and
it.
There's not a lot of those left, you know. They're like up and down the coast. There's only so many like places that got their grit still, you know.
Dude, OB is fierce about keeping it OB. It doesn't matter how many fucking tourists go through there, bro. They keep it so OB.
I know, but then now there's like a little club that opened up on Newport, and now there's
club?
Target that opened up on Newport, a Target Express. So like
I did see that.
they're trying, like people are trying to wiggle their like, you know, their like corporate foot in for sure.
Dude, that's kind of depressing. That makes me appreciate living there when it wasn't like that.
It's got some more years though left in it. I think people are pretty against it and shit, so hopefully, you know, it keeps its like
but
roughness. Yeah.
it will.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. So sorry, I got a little sidetracked there.
That's what's up though. This is all about.
Dude, the one thing I also wanted to like talk about, and you know, it wasn't actually on anything that it was through watching your Instagram stories, and Stevie was there, but you guys got to go to Copenhagen.
Oh yeah.
And then it was like all I could see on yours, and then on Stevie's Instagram story, it was like you're on this fucking train, and you guys are having this crazy fucking party.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck is that about? What is going on there?
Dude, Copenhagen's just like every year doesn't really like, now it's pretty hush. It used to be a lot more, you know, this is the date, but it started getting so many people started coming that like some riots ensued and the city started getting pissed.
Riots?
Well, like not riots, but you know, some bars were getting broken, and
Yeah, just
those cops always show up in riot gear to try to like kind of flex a little bit, but nothing really happens. But it's just funny, man. But yeah, dude, it's nothing. It's like dude, there's nothing else like it. There's like, and when I say like certain cities kind of have like life to them, they breathe, and I think Copenhagen's one of those cities without an event like that. So when you throw like 500 dirt bags who all ride skateboards together, it causes just like a fucking vibe. It's so rad, man.
Well, just to describe it for people who don't know, is like you guys were in these essential cars, and there's all these skaters who are, you know, all super big. How do you say, like, essentially famous pro skateboarders?
Yeah, just like, you know, all fucking just skaters, dude, that made it. Fucking
skaters that made it.
All the homie, everybody who comes there, fucking is like, it's like those are the boys, you know. It's sick, man. It's like,
but everybody's essentially there.
Yeah.
And you guys are fucking
rad.
raging.
Yeah.
On this fucking train.
That was like one of the days or whatever, though. That was like only one of the days, but dude, yeah, they took out one of these, like, dude, it's so old. I think it's like 200 years old or something. The train's old as fuck. And yeah, they put us all on here, and like they had unlimited champagne, and yeah, everybody's just popping bottles and, you know, getting loose on the way to the stop, like on the way to the spot too. So like we took like a pit stop, and there was like some tricks for cash and this like little 80 style vert ramp and like one of the stops, and then get back on the train. Everybody gets back on, and we headed like all the way to this castle at the, God, I don't even know. It's like the only time I've ever been there. But we ended up at, it's like the old, it's the old Hamlet Castle. That's what it is.
Hamlet Castle?
Yeah.
Like Shakespeare?
Yeah. Swear to God.
Oh, shit.
And
this is a real place?
Yeah. Oh, I swear that's what it's called, right? Man, I might be blowing
Dude,
it
you
right
might
now.
be. But
there's a castle at the end of Denmark, I swear to God, and it has a bunch of, it's like a bunch of ledges, pretty much. And that was like the end of the day. And yeah, dude, everybody's hella lubricated the whole entire time. So like, yeah, everybody's well lubricated, dude. Like, straight up, everybody's very like sauced up the whole time. So it's like, it's definitely, everybody's juicing, everybody's slamming beers and shit. So there's a hella ripping going on, and then started pouring fucking rain, and yeah, we just had to run back to the train station covered fucking head to toe, and then like everybody just barged it because that thing left us, and then
the train
left us, and we all had to barge it. Just like nobody paid for a ticket, and like 50 of us got on this like train, took it back all the way back to the city. It was fucking pretty tight.
And then this is that all leading up to the competition, like the Copenhagen Pro?
Well, each day is like each day is like kind of like a comp. Like each day has its own little vibe, its own like, we're going here, you know. But you got to hear it like word of mouth, or you'll like miss like some shit, you know. So you got to keep your ear to the streets and like kind of like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So you got to like be on it. So
even though you're involved in this, you're on the train, they don't even tell you where it's at. You like have to get off and be like, oh yeah, somebody said it's like over here.
Yeah, no, that was like for like one of the main events though. But like each like sometimes it'd be like, yo, there's a side mission over here, and somebody be doing like tricks for cash at this one spot, like while like there's another thing going on, and then like,
what the fuck?
Yeah,
tricks for cash? I mean, you'll get cash money.
Yeah. It's just like a rail or a ledge, or, you know, like a mini ramp. But it's definitely, dude, it's like nothing else there is.
What the fuck?
It's crazy, man.
And then you go to Christiania.
Yeah, that's Christiania's like.
Oh, Christiania.
Yeah, that's like the haven, dude. If you go there and you like, any time of the year, you're a skater, you're an actual skater, you got respect, you go there and you'll be taken care of, you know? It's like, that's where you meet people who all fucking, you know, skate, or just like, dude, humble vibes, dude. I remember that was like the first place ever outside the country I ever went to was Christiania. Like, we got off the airplane, you can take a metro straight there, and I was like, holy shit. It's like paradise.
Yeah.
Buying hash on the street, like right there is like a whole like a whole fucking like mini Amsterdam almost, but without it being blown out, you know?
Yeah.
It's very sick, dude. Skate scene's dope. They got a bowl right there, and yeah, it's fucking magical, dude.
Dude, I've heard so many stories about Christiania. That's how you say it?
Yeah.
So there's a guy who's
got it straight on the arm right here.
Is that your 3 dots?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I got that when I was like fucking 16 too.
Dude, so for people who can't see that, he has the Christiania 3 dots on his forearm.
But it's not even like, it's like, this is like a bar in the back or whatever called like Moon Bar. So I was like taking their like insignia. It's like all on the wall and shit. So
dude.
Yeah.
Well, there's a guy who's been coming into our shop probably the last week every day, and he's wearing a sweater, and it says Christiania, but that's why I say Christiania or whatever. But like
it's a
and
little
then I
weird to
see the
say.
3 dots, but I knew about the 3 dots from all the skate shit.
If you see somebody with the 3 dots anywhere around the world, 3 yellow dots, or 3 red dots somewhere in Europe, that means you're security and you're a narc. So
Yeah.
no, but the three
The
yellow
yellow dots.
3 yellow dots. If you see that on a sweater, on a shirt, it's fucking that person's solid. They know what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to my homie about it today. I was all, bro, you see a sweater? I was like, that country or whatever it is, it's by Copenhagen, and I was like, these fools.
It's a commune, dude.
Is it a commune?
It's a commune, dude. Yeah.
It's not a country? Or what?
Nah. It's its own little fucking city within a city almost. It has its own laws, but like the last few years have been a little more cracked down with cops and shit. And they'll even try fucking with people who are just like, you know, have some shit on them, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. It's pretty sick. But yeah, the last few years they've had a little bit like a 5-0 situation where they would come in and trying to like raid the place. Yeah.
So like a little bit too much attention.
Yeah, that's like, but that happens every time we're there. But I remember this time was pretty mellow last time we were out there. But time before that, some shit popped off. And yeah, they were coming there like twice a day.
So you've been there multiple years. So you've done this a lot.
Yeah, I've done Copenhagen Open. Fuck, bro. I think like first one I was like 17 or 18. I don't know, might have been 18. Yeah. And fuck, it was crazy, dude. Fucking trip. I was like, dude, I was so like mind blown, dude.
Yeah.
It was just so sick, dude. I'm like, literally like, dude, pretty much like 1,000 people on bikes partying around the city, just like charging, like literally nothing else like it. I was like, wow, this is it. This is why we skate, you know?
Yep.
Shit like
Just
this.
living that life.
Yeah.
And there's no drinking. I mean, it's the drinking age in Europe for most countries is like 14.
Yeah.
Pretty young. So
Denmark's hella mellow, yeah.
You were probably just like having beers, cruising, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was already bad, dude. By the time I was here in the U.S., I remember sneaking in the bars when I was fucking 15, dude. I mean,
Bro.
like I was like, they're like, oh well, with all the older dudes, they're all like, you can try to sneak in or you can fucking chill out here. I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, I ain't trying. I'm like, I'm coming in. I'm like, I'm trying to get in this place. It's like, let's go. And I remember on like that hype train trip was like the first one, not the one you were on, but when Dowdy did the video.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm hanging out with all the older dudes. Like, I'm gonna try to shoot this through. And, like, got on my first bar in SF, and it was like so funny, dude.
Did you have money? Were you able to buy drinks?
No, but yeah, I told everybody, like, I ran my, like, I was pretty tight about it, especially when I was that young, you know? Like, I made sure to wear a hat, you know, kind of cover my face, and then, like, I never went up to the bar. I was, like, always had the homies buy me drinks, you know? So I had my little technique with it already. I was like, I'm not trying to risk getting kicked out, because they were tripping how I was, like, already in there and shit, but.
Bro. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you grow up in the Bay, especially, I mean, I'm sure anywhere you go, it's the same way, but in the Bay Area specifically, I remember getting, like, younger homies into the bar.
Yeah, fully.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude, we got caught. You ever get caught and, like, just get kicked out? They're like, you got to go. It's like, shit.
Yeah.
And you just got to leave stuff there? Like, fuck.
Yeah, I was pretty bad, man. I had a kind of I hated, like, power authorities, especially when I was younger. So there's a few times where got in some scraps, some bouncers and shit, being a young gun.
Shut
oh yeah,
up, for real.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck yeah.
I could see that though.
Yeah, I was fucking hated dudes putting their hands on me. So, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna swing. Here we go. Get down, like, fuck it. But yeah, it was pretty funny, man. Oh fuck,
dude.
Yeah, it's happened a few times.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Like, you getting somebody trying to say that shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was always kind of a fucking shithead growing up, so.
Nah, bro, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I keep it tight though.
Dude, I remember one time, it was probably after you started hanging out with, like, more with, like, Dowdy and, like, kind of just expanding and doing your thing. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, he's doing his thing. Somebody came up to me though. They were like, yo, I was at some competition and I ran into Chris Russell. I was like, oh, sick, bro. Like, yeah, what's good? He asked me for a cigarette underneath the ramp, and I was like, okay, like, sick. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Like, what?
I was like, all right. And they were all, oh man, he's just doing his thing. I was like, he's probably just living, bro. Like, what the fuck? He's a skateboarder. Like,
Yeah.
I thought there was more to that story.
Yeah,
like,
right. I know. Fucking, he was smoking a ciggy.
I was
It's probably not the worst thing
yeah,
I was doing.
like,
It was probably the mellowest thing I was doing. I was always trying to look for like trouble and shit when I was pretty young.
Were you really though?
Oh yeah.
You were trying to skate hard, fool.
And I fucking skating hard, but that went hand in hand. Like skating early and then fucking also like lurk around and try to fucking like
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
By the time I started like going on some more trips and shit, started just like I was just like always something. I was just always trying to fucking juice some shit, Fire it up, dude. Keep the like rev alive,
What, is that just in general how you live your life?
Try to, man. I don't know. I hate going slow. I can't do anything slow, dude. The slower I skate, the shittier I go. The slower I live, I like bouncing around, like fucking just,
Yeah.
That's it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grabbing life by the fucking horns.
Dude.
Can't be too comfy,
Do you ever, I mean, that right there is what has gotten you to where you're at right now. Because you're doing these fucking contests. That's one thing I want to talk to you about, too. I want to, like, bring it back to the skate thing real quick. It was just, one thing I wanted to ask you about was, because you skate so many contests, asking you about, like, fucking the Olympics is actually not really that far out of the question, because you could potentially still skate in the Olympics.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I feel like a lot of the Olympic stuff has been kind of like, I don't know, from what I've seen, because I haven't gone to the events really. I've just been kind of working on some other stuff. But it's just hard to juggle multiple contests and shit when you're trying to film as well, and like Park Series already takes up like majority of my summer, so it's like time in between to like try to get photos or film is like fucking few and far between when you got a whole other like 8 however many they're doing, like a lot though, 6 contests each different countries. So yeah, I don't know, it's a trip, man. I feel like they've been kind of I don't know who's judging them, but they seem like they're not doing the best job. Seems kind of like I don't know. It's a trip. But it's the fucking Olympics. I mean, I don't know what you expect. Like,
well, I don't even really know what's happening. I know that I thought the teams were already selected. Like, here's like Team USA, here's Team whatever. But now there's like qualifying events or something.
Well, that's
like
the
that?
weird part. So each country already had a team, I guess, put together, and that's who they took. Every other U.S. is different. Every other country though, they already had like official qualifiers. Like they were like drug testing for the U.S. Like U.S. was like kind of last in the line to figure out their shit. So it was also kind of weird how they did the point system with picking like the so-called team, but then now like
a point system.
Yeah, they took last year's results that weren't even Olympically sanctioned, and they just kind of were like, oh, here's a team from last year's, and they're not even like Olympic contests. And it was really weird. Didn't really make a ton of sense. And then on top of that, like the whole thing with like, there is a point system with each one of these contests. And so now like, I don't even know if they're basing it off of the 4 dudes they picked for the transition, or street. Like you have to still battle for your spot. There's only going to be 20 dudes in each discipline, I guess. So
20 dudes total, like for the world.
In the world. So depending on like I don't know if it's like just like 1 to each country. It's like fucking. I don't know actually. I'm still in the blind kind of about it too. I don't have it completely.
But are you in consideration for the team?
I was like on the cusp, kind of on the cusp, but the cusp ain't fucking the team, so they're not gonna tell me like anything. And still I was like a decent few back before US.
Is there potential you still could?
I don't think so. I already missed like a majority of the contests this year, so that's how they do it. Like since I'm not even on the top 4 list for the US, that they would take my overall ranking from those fucking contests, and I've missed I think like 3 of them already. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you have to do, they're very specific to what
Yeah.
contests you have to skate. Okay.
Yeah, they're all weird, like, and it's like hundreds of people skating too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a shit ton. There's people who can't even like carve through a fucking corner skating it. Because everybody has to push. It's not like, it doesn't matter. They're like, well, fuck it. Like, some of the countries don't even have skaters. They can, like, frontside grind, you know? It's a trip. It's super weird. It's hella weird.
Fuck?
It's hella weird, and they make all the fucking kids below 18 wear a helmet. It's super, like, but whatever, you know? I'm not talking shit. I mean, make your bread, you know? I'm not you know, I'm not one to point the finger, but it just seems like, from what I see, like a few weird things, just like not as like, you know, it's what you would kind of expect, you know, I guess, you know, it's because what you would expect, but you would hope that like things would be more, you know, a certain way. But
I mean, asking a country that could even be like considered a third world country to like enter the skate section of the fucking Olympics, like, yo, that could.
And that's the only thing like I have positive to say about it. I'm like, I hope from this that I can go skate sick concrete in Ethiopia, or I can go Belarus or somewhere and skate really sick parks, you know, because that's like anything. I hope that that's the one thing the Olympics does breed is like just more parks, more concrete, more shit to skate around everywhere, so everybody can do it, you know, which is cool, you know. That's what's up.
I mean, that being said, the one thing I wanted to ask you about, for me, I mean, you travel the world on the regs. You're saying you're going to France here pretty soon.
Yeah. Tomorrow's we got a little thing in New Orleans doing it Parasite DIY, and that's gonna be sick. I think Red Bull like donated like a few grand towards their donation, so they started building. They poured a completely new section of the park now, which is rad. So
you ride for Red Bull?
Yeah, Red Bull's been taking care of me the last 3.5 years. So yeah.
Damn.
Or 3 years, I think. Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. I'm stoked. And no matter what people say, you know, like, it is rad. They do give money, like, back to fucking, like, DIY spots sometimes and stuff. And, you know, they took care of me and my health, dude, which is such a big thing, you know?
Yeah, well, we were talking about that before the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I fucking laid my ankle out. And, thankfully from them, I got I got surgery by like a super good ankle specialist, and got me back on my feet in like 3.5 months, which should have probably took twice as much as that, you know.
How many months?
I think I was back on my feet like 3.5, and then I was skating a little bit, 4.5, like skating like all right, way more than I thought I could, and then I think it took me a good half a year to kind of like, okay, I can kind of run out on this thing, but fuck, it's pretty sick, man. Like, pretty quick.
And Red Bull helped that out.
100%. They took care of me, which is, like, rad. And I think that's, like, should be a fucking across-the-board thing, you know? Like, it's not too much to ask for to have people on health insurance and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Especially with the U.S. Fuck, it's harsh, dude.
Dude, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, as a professional, dude, you're essentially a professional athlete now. You're a skateboarder, yes, but you're a professional athlete as well. I mean, riding for Red Bull, I would assume they treat you more like an athlete.
Yeah. And I love it, dude. I have, like, you know, I can get work done. I go tear something in my shoulder, or, you know, I, like, just get injured, throw out my back or whatever. I can go 5 days a week and go get worked on, like, by their PT people there. And it's, like, really, really rad, you know?
Do you get to do workout regimens or any type of physical therapy?
They have, like, a full therapy sessions with, like, Christine and Marco, the two PT people over there, take care of the skaters and everybody. And then Tyler, who's personal trainer, they have like a super nice gym there, so they'll kind of like work in stuff to kind of like strengthen whatever's hurt too, and incorporate everything. It's pretty rad.
Do they have you on any type of like meal plans or anything like that?
You can. I never really like. I'm pretty diligent about eating healthy, you know. So I never really had a problem with that. But they have like a nutritionist you can talk to. But yeah, I've never done that. I'm like, I'm good.
Well, that's one thing.
I got good blood pressure. I'm not tripping.
Dude, that's one thing I wanted to talk to you about, because I noticed. I know your mom. Shout out your mom, Jessica Russell. She's the fucking homie. Forever.
Best mom I could ask for, dude.
Ever.
Best.
Dude, she met me and Leslie when we were, dude, like your fucking age. Like we were like 23, 24. Like, or you're 22,
Yeah.
but around that age is like that's when she met us. I was like, what the fuck?
Pretty sick, man. Yeah.
But your mom,
Mad support, dude.
so
all
chill.
along the way, dude. Yeah.
Dude, I dig that. But your mom was also a cook, right?
Oh yeah, she ripped it. That's also why I like nice food so much. I might look a little rough. I got tattoos everywhere, and yeah, but man, I love food. Like,
well, that's what I always see it. Again, like I see on your story, you're roasting, like you're doing scallops.
Yeah.
Fucking pan-seared scallops on like a cast iron or something like that.
Me and Willis fucking on Creech. Dude, that's like our obsession. Lobsters, scallops. We're like always on a trip. We're trying to hunt them out, you know? That's like our thing. He's on it, though. He's always making scallops. Like, always, religiously.
Dude, tell me what it is for you to make a perfect scallop, because I love food, bro. I'm obsessed with, like, cooking.
It's pretty easy, man. Just do, you know what? I like this. This is like my way, and this is what Willis does, too. Sesame oil. It's got high-ass burn. Like, won't burn like olive oil or whatever. Sesame oil, and I like the taste of sesame is pretty bomb. And then I'd season them with smoked paprika, salt, pepper. That's it. Maybe a little garlic powder, but usually I throw in, like, if I baste them, I'm like throwing in a clove of garlic or whatever.
Like a fresh clove of garlic?
Yeah, but if I don't got that, I'm just doing garlic powder if I have that. And then, yeah, dude, piping fucking hot, dude. Throw it on. Don't touch them for, like, you know, like a few minutes, but you can kind of see and lift up a little bit when they're like, oh man, they got a good sear on them, and then flip them over, and they're done super quick when you flip them over. You throw them, like, turn the heat pretty low, throw in fucking butter, and you know, you got your aromatics like garlic, rosemary, thyme, whatever you got, and then just baste those things. That's it.
Just like, are you scooping it with a spoon and then pouring it over it?
Tilt the pan, and then have all like the butter usually browns too, because the pan's so fucking hot, you know? So just get like a big old spoon and just drench those things after.
That shit
and that's
sounds so buttery,
It's like
bro.
the cleanest thing ever. It's like, dude, ocean gold right there.
Ocean gold.
Straight up.
Now, because you know you can make them so good, do you order them at restaurants when you go out?
Yeah, but I know if a place is probably gonna have weak scallops. Like, I can kind of tell. I just can kind of tell, man. I'm like, the price of it, and then like how they're prepared. You know, like if like somebody's like, oh, we got, you know, scallop pasta, and you're at like some fucking kind of like third. You're like, I don't know about this place. It looks like a cheap fucking steakhouse kind of spot. They're probably not gonna be seared. They're gonna be all fucking rubbery and shit. So. You can kind of tell, like, the spot, too, and then, like, if you ask them, like, oh, are they dry? Like, dry scallops? And they say yes, and you're like, they got the goods. Because those are, like, the big bad boys that, like, nice restaurants get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dry scallops.
Yeah, they're not, I don't think they're fully, I don't know if they're, like, fully frozen or whatever. Usually hella fresh, but they're fat, too.
You ever had, like, fresh?
I think. Fuck, it's hard to, like, remember, though, sometimes. Like, being hella crudos, like, all around the world, so, like, that's always, like, raw fish or whatever.
Yeah.
I've had, like, a lot of raw scallops, and they're pretty good. I like them cooked better, though.
Yeah.
Raw's a little bit, like, you can't get, like, the full flavor out of it, I don't feel like. Yeah.
Well, with your mom essentially teaching you, right? Like, was she the one who gave you that appreciation for food and that?
Oh, yeah. From, like, a soup, because she always kind of cooked, like, Frenchier style food, like cod and like beurre blanc sauce and like stuff like that. Like, she was like a great cook, and she knew a lot about food. And me and her would watch Top Chef like all the time.
Yeah, that's
growing
just the
up,
shit,
and
bro.
that's the sickest show ever. You know, I'm waiting for them to come out in the new season. I'm
Dude,
like
forever.
rewatched every single one so many times. But yeah, I think man, I just like that, like, appreciation of food.
Yeah,
is so like important. I think, like, with me and like with everything around the world, it's like that's like culture, and like
food 100%.
That's like culture and brings people together, dude.
Yeah.
Like going and eating somebody else, like going and eating like chicken hearts in Brazil or like wherever, dude. Like just, you know, unique shit, you know, things you wouldn't try, and like people appreciate that, and you get a little taste of like what everything's about, you know. I think it's a big deal, you know, when people go, man, like whatever, food's food. I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's like fucking, it's really special and brings people together, you know?
Dude, there's a certain amount of love and just a person when they make you the food and it tastes amazing. And it's like, yo, you made this? It's like, yeah, bro, I made that shit.
Love
like,
feeling
yo,
emotion put into it, you know?
dude, that energy, that positive energy put on that shit. It's
Why
like,
you think grandmas are the best cooks,
bro?
dude? All the love. Come on.
Dude, my grandma will still fucking make last Christmas. My grandma she's 92 or damn, she might have just turned 92 right when we seen her. So she's going to turn 93 this year.
Damn.
So
that's sick.
she's 92. And
holding tough.
Dude, tough, dude. Never drank, never smoked in her whole life.
Damn. That is a strong woman right there.
Dude, and she raised 7 fucking boys.
Wow.
Bro, crazy shit.
If anything, that makes you want to drink right there. It's like,
bro, but she'll stand next
nuts.
to Leslie and do tamales, and fucking Leslie's like this, and like my grandma will be like, Mija, too much
like
masa.
This. Yeah.
Or she'll tell me I'm cutting the fucking chili peppers too slow. She's like, no, you got to do it like this. Like
too
fast.
slow,
Yeah.
too thick. Yeah, I feel that. That's so sick, man.
Dude, food is so important. That's why, that was one thing I actually want to talk to you about too, because being in coffee, I developed a palate. But I see your story, and besides from being just like a gnarly fucking skateboarder, and like you call it yourself a dirtbag, which it's kind of stupid.
Nah,
but
refined
whatever.
dirtbag.
Refined dirtbag. But like, you also have this incredible, for lack of a better term, like a taste of life. Like, you know culture, you know food, you know these things, and you get to travel the world through skateboarding.
Yeah.
And you said it yourself, like you've gotten to eat, chicken hearts or chicken livers in fucking Brazil or whatever. What, for me, like what was one moment in your whole career thus far where you went to a country and you like sought out this food and it was just like so memorable?
I don't know. I think when I went to Estonia, we ate really, really good, like traditional Eastern European food. I like beets a lot of cabbage, but
Okay.
really good. And you like have reindeer out there. Reindeer's really bomb, yeah.
Like elk or just
no,
straight
reindeer. Reindeer. Like
Okay.
up in Finland, it's hella big. And I think, Estonia's, I'm trying to think, but like how, I don't think it's that far from Finland because Russia's right next to, it's up there. It's a little bit more north. So they got reindeer up there, and reindeer is super bomb. But I think, it's hard to like put just a full nail on it because we've had so many rad like meals where like we all go and it's just like insane. Like Brazilians do barbecue, like I think the best anywhere in the world.
Brazilian?
Yeah, everybody
All
from
right.
Texas is probably gonna kill me and from the South, but not. It's just I think it's the best because it's like big old hunks of meat, rock salt. That's it, or not rock salt, but like big thick salt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
big
a
old
Himalayan salt almost.
Kind of, yeah. Big old chunks of it, and they just salt the fuck out of it, and it's on a rotisserie, pretty much, or it's on a sword. It's not really rotating, but like the ovens, they do the meat in there. It's way different. So they got like little holes, and so if somebody's getting it's got like a nice sear on it, they put it up there and let it cook a little bit slower, and like
Interesting.
Yeah, they do it proper, man. I'm still like, it's like it blows me away how they do it. It's pretty sick,
Do you fuck with like vegetarian shit too?
I eat a lot of veggies, actually. I'm more like, for me right now, I'm not trying to eat as much red meat. So
Okay.
eat a lot of veggies, a lot of fish and shit like that. Try to keep it like light
Just
on the
clean.
carbs and stuff. Yeah, too.
Interesting.
Trying, that shit's fucking hard though when you burn like hell calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously. You
gotta
can't
mac
just
a
eat
ton
like
of
a
pasta
salad.
or rice. Yeah, not all the time. Yeah, but yeah, fucking A.
Dude, that's fucking crazy, bro.
Everything's good, man. Everything. I got like, I'm really not scared to eat like any part of the animal. I think like
Is there
nothing should be
anything-
wasted.
Well,
like,
obviously,
yeah.
definitely nothing should be wasted. I mean, and when you get to travel the world, there's also with that on the same side of that coin or a different side of that coin would be like, you get to try some shit that
Yeah.
nobody else gets to try. And like for me personally, when I went to Korea, we had straight cow liver.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
raw. And then ate.
Oh,
it
raw?
It was raw. And then we went to a tripe Korean barbecue spot.
Only tripe.
Only tripe.
Whoa,
and they're
that's a
fucking-
trip.
bro. They're fucking,
Only tripe barbecue spot. That's a fucking crazy one.
And it was fucking chicken or cow liver was the fucking app.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit. And the dudes that we were with in Korea, they were all like, we've never eaten that and we've lived here our whole lives. We're
You
just
guys
like,
were getting deep in it.
yeah, we were
That's rad.
deep. We went to a spot that was there for like 50 years.
That's what's up, dude. People don't know, like, they get scared. They're like, liver, fucking tripe, or
Tripe
heart.
is intense.
Yeah, tripe is kind of intense. I don't really fuck with that one too much. I always like liver though. Liver is always good. Chicken hearts are like literally the best thing ever. Like they just taste like little sausage pretty much. It's so easy. Eat it in one bite. It's so bomb.
It really is.
But yeah, like people are hella scared to get weird with their cuts, you know. But hey, fuck it. Like if you're somewhere else and somebody offers you something, like don't be rude. Eat it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like we're not going to fucking McDonald's for you.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
No.
A lot of the little kids that like I travel with sometimes are like chicken nuggets, pizza. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, you know where we're at right now? I'm like, eat some fucking food, even if you hate it. Order something else then. Like,
dude.
Or just fucking, I would rather eat something I absolutely hated, but it was like tradition, fucking like, you know, than like go and eat some American ass food. Like, nah.
Have you ever gotten a traditional home cooked meal on any of your trips where it was just like out of the park fucking unreal good?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think of like some good ones right now.
Like Latin America at all?
Yeah, in Argentina we had some really, really good ones, you know. And I was staying in Brazil, and we were there for like a few extra days. We were flying somewhere else, I forgot. And dude, the dude's mom we were staying with just was like so stoked how much I ate. She just was like amazed too, and like she was just filling my plate up. She was so happy that I was just like eating everything, dude.
What was it, just like meat and rice?
Yeah, a lot of meat and rice, always black beans, you know.
Yep.
And each person does it a little bit different, you know, with their black beans and everything. Lots of meat and shit. That's like not too obscure, you know. But it's super bomb. Gosh, I'm trying to think of like where else. I know I'm totally spacing on like on some like real good shit we've like gone to.
Nah, it's all good.
Yeah,
but, I mean, dude, I think about it because I love food, and I see the hand in hand relationship that coffee and food have. So I have an appreciation for it. I mean, we were talking about before the podcast. We were talking about Italy. You've never been there, and we just got back from there, and Italy, or a couple months ago now, but Italy was amazing for food, bro. I mean, just hearing how much you love food, dude, you need to go there, bro.
I know.
And just eat some shit.
And the homie Sergente, Alex, he's Italian, so he lives his family's from Bologna. So they got like each different like place in Italy has their own different style of cooking and everything. And yeah, dude, fresh pasta and just like simple but done so properly and clean that like it's crazy, man. Italian food is the best, dude, when it's done proper. And it's hard to find good spots too in California.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything's very like dumbed down and pretty like store bought. Nobody makes their sauce and shit, you know.
Bro, the shit there, we had like a charcuterie plate or whatever. They had this salami, but it's spread like super easy.
Oh, you probably had like a pate of some sort.
It was kind of a pate, but we also had a chicken liver pate.
Yeah,
that you could
pate is
over.
the best,
bro. It looked gross, but you tasted
it. Oh, it's so
and it
good.
was fucking amazing.
Bread, pate, jam. That's it, dude. It's so fucking good,
bro.
So good.
Would you consider? Do you think you have like a developed palate?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think from just I don't know eating so much different shit. Like I like. Well, mine, I'm really tweaked, though, because me and my mom, my sister, like, love spicy food.
Yeah.
Like, I eat bad spicy food. Me and my mom will, like, go and just, like, straight up be, like...
Sweating?
Yeah,
dripping?
gnarly every time we go eat Thai food. But,
oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, but, dude, yeah, I just think, I think with anything, you know, you start liking, like, better food, and you start to realize of, like, oh, this should taste this way, or this should taste that way, or, like...
Yeah.
You can tell if something's not fresh, you know, like it's easy to tell, you know, and like, yeah, but that doesn't take away from like eating really good cheap food because there's hella spots that are like, you know, you go get your bang for your buck, and they've been doing it a certain way for forever, and it's like amazing that way, you know.
Yeah, and it's don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Yeah,
dude. So one thing also, I mean, with that actually being said, one of the things that I wanted to ask you about was, you know, you're obviously crushing it in skating right now, and you have a long career ahead of you. Do you ever think like life after skating?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm hopefully I do it proper enough to where I'm gonna be like skating for a super long time. But actually, funny on the topic of food, I do one day I don't know when it's gonna be. I'm gonna open up a restaurant.
You
And
want to open up a restaurant?
yeah, I'll be opening up a restaurant. And me and Coogan actually have talked about it, and he wants to do like the exact same kind of restaurant as me, so it's pretty sick. So if anything, I would love to do something with him. Skates, he's the homie, and we have like similar ideas with it.
Dude,
so,
he rips at skating, and I've seen him like True Cooks, and then I see there was like another guy hit me up. I spy corazon. I don't know if you heard of that. But he did a hashtag like True Cooks or whatever. I don't know if that's a thing. I was like, oh, I've seen Coogan do that.
yeah.
But yeah, this guy
That might be an SD thing, I think.
Yeah, he might be like he makes like tacos and shit.
Yeah.
Is that a True Cooks is a SD thing?
Fuck, I think I'm not sure though. It might just be a hashtag, but I want to say it's an SD thing. I want to say I've seen that account fly around like True Cooks, and it's
Is that what it is?
SD fucking chefs and shit, and people down here.
Dude, I fuck with chefs. Chefs are sick.
Yeah, so rad as shit, dude. And they work their asses off, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, their hours are gnarly. I mean, I asked Coogan about his shit, dude. He's waking up at 5 and working all the way till 3, you know, and then maybe even doing overtime after that. So like
3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Dude, he'd be making like some big ass shit too.
Oh yeah, he's killing it, dude. And that's like also the cool thing because he's so religious about doing sick shit at home. And yeah, it's always rad to go talk to him. Like, 'cause I don't really get talked about food that much with anybody else, and like, it's rad. It's super cool to hear like what he's working on, like what like he's kind of like, oh, I'm fucking with this now, and he's like, oh, I'm trying to ferment this and try to like do all that. I mean, he has it dialed in, dude.
Oh, he does fermenting.
That's what he wants to fuck with. That's why we were eating sushi yesterday. He was talking about learning how to do like a little more fucking with some more fermenting like stuff, like 'cause that's where like a lot of flavor comes from. It's like vinegar and fucking shit like that, dude. Anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
That's why people don't even realize half the time they like something is it has fucking that vinegary, just umami kind of like, you know, offset the sweet or the acidity, you know.
Well, even that and coffee.
Yeah.
They fucking ferment the coffee, bro.
Yeah.
That's what, like, you're letting it sit there. You're letting it ferment, and it gives it more developed
Best things
flavors.
in life are like that.
Bro.
You got booze, you got whatever, you know. It's probably the best for you. But yeah, fucking yeah, fermenting's the shit, dude.
Especially like kimchi with the way that the cabbage gets fermented, it's like all good for your gut biome.
Oh yeah. Dude, yeah. I love like kimchi. Asian food's the best, I think.
It
like,
really is.
I
The green
did.
tea and shit,
Yeah,
too.
dude. It's so rad. It's so like good and just like clean, and it's always hot and always has acidity and always has sweetness, you know.
Yeah.
And those are like always, it's like hard to incorporate that shit, you know. It's like a lot of American food's just savory. That's it.
Well, I mean,
And I'll
do
throw
you...
bacon on it.
Yeah. Or an avocado.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Dude, but that, like, do you think because of that right there, you said savory, sweet, and like and acidity.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
And heat too.
And
you
heat.
know? Yeah.
But like that even translates to coffee. So do you consider yourself a coffee drinker that you would like be
I'm
able to...
good, but I don't know. I mean, I love coffee. I drink coffee a lot, but I have no fucking clue when it comes to like, I'm like, oh, it tastes good because I like the taste of coffee, but I have no clue. Like, you know, that's a different world. I don't really know much about it, you know?
Thing is though, is you have a developed palate, and
Yeah.
I feel like every person that I've met that has a developed palate can kind of transcend it. Once you start to know the general idea of what you're looking for, or like a certain like flavor lexicon, if you will,
Yeah.
you'll be like, oh, okay, boom. But like you can pick out shit.
Yeah,
Pretty
pretty easy.
quick,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure if I like went and I'm like, oh, this is what this tastes like, I'd get it down in like a few days for
Yeah.
sure.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
So do you like practice knife cuts as well, or are you like
I'm
more
like, I'm not that
stylistic,
good
or-
though. I'm like, seriously, like I can cook all right, but when it starts, like I'm so ADD when I'm trying to cook like 4 things at once, I start fucking up super heavy. That's when I know I'm like I would blow it in the kitchen. 'Cause I'm like, I can cook like good though. I can cook good, but I wouldn't give myself too much credit because I don't cook like how I'd like really like to.
Yeah.
Not anywhere like, dude, Coogan's like such a fucking amazing cook. Like nowhere even near that. Like
yeah.
it's hard, dude. Making your own stocks and everything, it's time consumption, and you're gonna fuck up a few times. So
Oh yeah. With
you're like,
everything.
God damn it, I have to throw this out now. Like it doesn't even taste good or proper or right, you know?
Oh, I didn't think about like food because I have to throw out coffee.
Yeah. And you're like, fuck, this tastes like shit. And you're like, what did I do wrong? Oh, I missed a step. Or I added too much salt, blah, 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 this and that. Like, so yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's a little time consuming, you know? Like, get down sauces and stocks are pretty easy, but that just takes fucking all day.
And then you can like creating glazes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Super easy, just like
Yeah, deglazing something with wine or whatever, water and shit. Yeah.
So you know more than an average person when it comes to cooking.
Yeah, but also my technique's very flawed. My knife cuts aren't fucking like perfect. I don't like really religiously sharpen my knives or anything. And like I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do the onion thing all the time where you like properly like kind of like. So I'm like whatever, you know. I'm all right, but I can get the job done. I'm sure like Coogan or somebody like would be like wrong. Like if I was like in a kitchen with somebody, but yeah, man.
He's like classically trained. Essentially.
Oh yeah, he's proper, you know. He's all over the board. I think his like flavor profiles kind of go everywhere.
Sick.
Definitely, but you know the base for a lot of savory foods just French, you know. And leaves lots of butter, lots of fucking aromatics and shit like that. Yeah, you know?
Dude, like you fucking get this like
makes the whole house
hand
smell
waving
nice.
Above
fully.
your nose and shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is with coffee too. Like when you do the olfactory bulb. So like the common misconception is people think that what you're doing is really tasting it, but you're smelling the coffee. And the coffee goes in your olfactory bulb and it like gives you a memory of what that thing is. So essentially you're smelling it and tasting it at the same time.
Yeah. You said this is Colombian?
That's right there. That's a Colombia Supremo.
Okay, sick. Yeah, this is like this is the one thing I do notice though. Like Colombian coffees do taste like genuinely kind of like this though. They have like a stronger kind of like I don't know, like a kind of like a sweeter kind of thing after note a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a clean finish.
Yeah.
And dude, you could take them a little bit farther. Like that's like I was saying to you earlier. Like that's the darkest roast we have.
Yeah.
And it's not even a full dark roast.
Right.
It's like a medium dark.
Yeah. That's nice, but I don't know shit about coffee, dude.
It's all good. It's all good.
I just know it gets me fucking motivated sometimes.
Dude, so one thing also that I wanted to touch on is like when I remember when I met you when we were way younger, you used to hit your head a lot.
Yeah.
Do you ever like? I mean, I remember at one point you hit your head and you were like, dude, if I hit my head again, they said it would like be like bad.
Yeah, they've said that a few times.
You said that a few times. Like, do you ever?
I've done a number on my head. I've thought about it for sure. You know, there's certain things I'm like definitely a little more. I have like weird tics sometimes that like they're not that noticeable, but I'm worried that when I get older, I'll have like some neurological shit happen for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I've smoked my head. I mean, just since probably since I said that when I was like super young, I've probably like, knocked myself out like 6 more times since then. Like I've always hit my head quite a bit ever since I was a fucking baby, even before I even skated, dude.
Really?
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know. Yeah. So, I've gotten like, I think like a few years ago, like, when was that? I think it was 2 years ago. I went and like fully fell off. Like this wasn't even skating, and I fucking was all out of it and fell off my friend's loft and like clipped a table cemented to the wall on the way down and just knocked myself out so bad and got like 20 staples in the back of my head, dude.
What?
Yeah. So it's...
You weren't even skating?
No. That was like the one that like, it was such a like ridiculous mistake. You just had like a weird ladder going down. I missed my footing. Super out of it in the middle of the night, like going to bed. And yeah, dude, I just like clipped the corner of it. Just zippered my head right back here. But yeah.
Holy shit.
And I had another one recently where I hit my head really, really bad. I didn't knock myself out, but for like a good 2 weeks, I had some mood changes. Really bad, really out of it. Memory is really bad,
Really?
Yeah, that wasn't too long ago, too. That was like only like probably 4 to 5 months ago.
Holy
shit.
So,
yeah. I don't know. I think I've ran my numbers a little bit too far up, though. I would be very stoked not to do that anymore, but shit, I'm pretty sharp still. It hasn't fucked with me too much, but yeah, maybe the day will come, maybe it won't. I hope it fucking doesn't, because you ever seen that movie Concussion? I'm like, damn, those dudes are nuts.
I haven't seen that movie.
Those NFL dudes, like,
the NFL dudes are fucking
bro. Now they're super on it, but that was like based on a true story, and all these dudes fucking who are just like running their concussions up. They like also hit their head a little bit different, but
well, they're running full speed at each other, right?
They won't knock each other out half the time. They'll get a concussion. They'll keep fucking going, keep going. They'll hit their head like 8 times in fucking one game, you know? These
What the
linebackers and shit. And like a few of the dudes rather were like homeless and lost it, or they fucking went like and killed themselves, dude.
Yeah, like
Or it got
like
really
Junior Seau
gnarly.
and shit.
Yeah, crazy shit. Or got really aggressive, you know, and got really crazy and like did bad shit. So I
Like
don't
that
know.
CTE type shit.
That's what it's called. Yeah,
Yeah.
CTE.
Do you worry about that?
It's in the back of my head.
Fuck it though, right?
Fuck it. We'll worry about that later down the line.
Yeah.
Hopefully there is no later down the line with that though, but you never know. I've noticed a few things for sure that linger. Oh shit. That linger a little bit like I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I hope that doesn't get any like worse.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Fuck, dude.
I'm also pretty fried though too, so that might be it.
Not even, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, well, that's, I mean, you know, to get away from that, you know, with all the positive aspects of it, with, you know, with doing so many contests, and then also you're still skating bowls. Like, I mean, you're not, like, I guess you're skating street. You're
Trying.
Are you filming any parts right now?
I started filming a little bit with Gregson. We're working on something. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we're working on something. But yeah, I've been trying to skate a little bit of street. Pretty atrocious at it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty bad.
Atrocious.
Yeah, pretty atrocious. But I've been doing some rails and shit. I'm decent. I just get fucking smoked. And with having these loose ass trucks, like it just does weird things on rails sometimes. Like I'm like, I can do it kind of, but I get smoked.
Dude, loose trucks and anything but transition
It's kind of a nightmare.
it's pretty much a nightmare.
Yeah. But I'm like, you know, if I drop this part, I'm definitely going to have, you know, lip slide, try to get something big, you know. I want to lip slide something, you know.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's fucking, what's big to you nowadays? Because, dude, I see fools going on the 16 at Hollywood like no problem.
Something
fuck?
more, maybe not something that's like as big. It's just never been done. Like a spot hasn't been touched. So I'm like, okay, I got that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you got the first one
Yeah.
on there.
There's actually one spot in the South Bay. And it's fucking a gnarly rail, and I've looked at it for like 2 years, and I'm like, nobody's ever. It's a gap to rail kind of. Like the set is like you wouldn't be able to hit it before a certain aspect, so you probably hit the last like 3.5 feet of it or whatever. But
Okay.
it's pretty buck, and it's into a fucking huge like, dude, it's like such a busy street. But I've like eyeballed it a few times. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll see.
Dude.
Maybe I'll go roll up to it and fucking. I haven't looked at the roll up, so I'd be talking shit right now.
Dude, but that's the best way to get it out there. Then you'll get it done.
I know, right? Maybe. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, it's fucking gnarly, man. Street skaters are fucking buck.
Do you feel a pressure now being a pro skateboarder, like to put out parts, or do you just have worry more about the contest circuit?
No, I've always been diligent about like filming. I think I've always like thought that was like the most important thing. It kind of is, you know, like contests or whatever. Like contests are cool and important. Like you should do them, but like nobody's gonna go and like watch contest 2016 fucking, you know, this place, you know, Street League fucking 2015 LA. Like nah, people are gonna go look up that part, you know. That shit doesn't hold ground, I don't think, as much, you know. But I mean, to the general public it does, but to skaters in the industry, I think skating and bleeding on the street is like where it's at, you know.
Yeah.
People respect that.
You
It
gotta pay
fucking
your
takes
dues.
fucking work too, dude.
Yep.
It takes a long time to go find something like, all right, it hasn't been done, you know.
It's true. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like even though technology is kind of creeping its way into everything and touching everything, at the end of the day, people are always scared about like, oh, you know, people doing single one-off parts is the death of the team video or whatever. But like, you know, it's 2019. People are still putting out team videos. People are still not putting out pro parts and doing their things.
Yeah.
But there's still the team videos that are fucking killing it, and they're still hella fun to watch. Or there's like montages and shit that you know, can be up on Thrasher.
Yeah.
So
I think it's all relevant. I think, dude, if you're getting behind a camera and just doing this shit and like with all the homies, I think it's like so fucking important because it's what skateboarding's about, man. It's just like fucking being up with all your homies and like throwing down and
yep.
document it sometimes and you don't, you know. It's just like yeah, Yeah, I've always thought like filming was always fucking important, but I put out a part like earlier this year. I was stoked about that, and then yeah, so I'm just trying to work on something else out or whatever, and yeah, see what's good. I don't know.
Do you feel I just had, do you know Woogie?
Maybe.
Yeah, he was just here the other day, and I was asking him like, one thing that especially with Instagram and every other type of social media platform that you can put your shit on these days, do you find when you're at a session or whatever, do you find like, oh, I could just do this for the gram in the sense, or you're like, oh, I'll film this, I'll throw this up on the gram, or like, oh, I'm gonna film this and like this is going for the part?
Yeah, I think that's a fucking big thing about who the skater is, though.
Is that really?
Cause yeah, dude. I mean, there's just so many gram skaters that go and they spend so much fucking time on like edits and everything.
Oh wow.
And that's it. That's all they do. Like they straight up like do it for the followers and shit. And I'll never put out a fucking part. But
Ever.
yeah, some of them. There's like a handful of them. There's a lot of them. But yeah, I think that just all depends on the skater. I think yeah, if you want to, I mean, it's all up to you too. Like, but I think if you're gonna go out and filming, like fuck that. Who cares about the gram, dude? You're gonna go like film, go fucking throw down,
Like real shit.
Yeah, but then again, I like see fucking like gnarly clips on the gram too. Where
Dude,
I'm, like,
I see fucking gnarly shit on the gram.
hammers, and I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm like, and then some people are like, oh, that's not a hammer. And I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. Like,
Dude,
yeah, I don't know. Like, it's crazy. I have no idea the whole mindset of like just like going and like fucking breaking yourself off for like the gram or whatever. But whatever, some people do it.
I mean, the way I see it,
I think it
too,
gets more views now than anything actually now too. Which is
you
fucking nuts. Like,
yeah. I mean, if you don't, you used to have in the back in the day, you used to have somebody like a homie that had like a VX of some sort, VX2, VX1, like whatever. Now it's like all you have to have is your phone, and if that's all you got to film because that's all you can afford, then shit, like that's your thing, right?
Yeah, but I think it gets forgotten hella quick though too. Because it's not like
It
dude,
does.
it's just a high influx of like kids need fucking content. Like fucking flow in, like give me more. And it's never enough. So like shit gets like it's like a flash in the pan. Like might have like 300 comments, but nobody's gonna fucking remember it. I'm like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, then again too, like I don't know, there's a few of those dudes that are like super fucking gnarly that I trip out on. But yeah, it's crazy. I think that's a whole I try to like dabble in both, like just kind of like, you gotta make your online presence known and everything. So go skate, go make an edit real quick. But that's all fun, nothing too serious,
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
interesting,
fucking
though.
crazy, dude. Like even for me, like I'm like, dude, how do these dudes do it all the time? Like I'm like, I don't want to film on Instagram while I skate almost none of the time. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck they do it every time. Like, shit, it's not that fun. Like, just like, oh, I'm gonna do this trick here. Like, but I think that's also street skaters are different too. Like, I'm skating bowls and shit. More like,
Well, you're going so
Mine's
fucking
everywhere,
fast. Yeah. I mean, dude, the only person I've ever be able to see to really keep up with you, aside from there's two people actually, Dowdy and Gregson. That's it. And they
fucking amazing filmer, dude.
They know how to fucking follow you guys in the bowls, man. Like,
Yeah.
you fucking kill it.
It's pretty fucking sick, dude. I love how Gregson films. Like, he doesn't film like anybody else, dude.
No.
It's because he's so good and he knows exactly where everybody's gonna be.
Well, because he skates super fucking good too.
Yeah, fucking, and he's been filming since he was so young, So I mean, that just all comes into fucking play. I mean, he can just he can throw hammers and he can film them too. So like, yeah, he's fucking one of a kind, dude. He makes it look real fucking good on camera.
Is he the only dude you're filming with right now? For part wise?
Yeah, for right now. I want to like definitely do something with him, like solo, mainly him and shit, and we'll have other homies like help out with second angles and stuff. But dude, his follow lines are so sick. Like makes it look like how it should, how it should look. But yeah, man.
But like, so when you do something like that with like Chris Gregson specifically, how does it work out? Like, do you just like tell your sponsors like, hey, I'm working on this part and we're going to fucking do this and do that, and they pay him, or like you just like, hey, I got my squad, like, yo, this is what's popping?
Shit, I totally spaced out for a second. What'd you say? I'm so out of it.
I was like,
I fucking went somewhere. Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. I said when you're doing those parts, how does it work? Like, do you just tell your sponsors, like, you call Red Bull and Creature and fucking Vans, you're like, hey, I'm doing this part. Do you guys sponsor it and they like pay him and shit like that?
I think it's always different, you know. Like as long as like somebody's like filming and shit, and it's good, like Gregson or Peacock, you know, like they can rather sell them clip by clip or whatever, you know. I think it just depends. You have to like talk with the filmer, like what you want to do. Like, oh, we'll do a part. And then, yeah, you kind of, like, see, oh, we'll be, like, kind of backed by Vans or Creature, and they'll fly you, like, different spots and stuff so you could film it. And, yeah, so it's kind of, it's in collaboration with, like, who you want to do it with. On more of the Red Bull side, usually those projects are, like, very independent into their own filmers and stuff.
Okay.
They have, you know? And, yeah, but they always have, like, Red Bull has travel budget, which is rad, which is like I can use it for anything. So if like I need to go somewhere, I can go get it through them, you know, a ticket. Yeah. It's not a ton, but it helps out a shit ton if I need to crank out like another minute of footage or something somewhere, you know.
Sick.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tight.
Yeah.
So, who's all your sponsors right now? Like I said, the 3 major ones, but am I missing any other ones?
So we'll go at the 3. We got Creech, Red Bull, Vans, Independent, Bronson. Bro Style Grip, I already said Bronson, Bones Wheels, Layback Beer, and shit, who else am I forgetting? No, I'm forgetting something else. Vans Apparel too, but
sick.
If I'm missing anybody else, oh, Happy Hour as well. So,
dude, gangster.
Yeah, super sick, man. Fucking, I'm really hyped about the people who I ride for, man. They take care of me super well, man. I mean. Shit, living the dream, dude.
You
can't
really
complain
are.
one bit, dude. Seriously, like, mad love from everybody and for everybody, you know.
Dude, I appreciate that right there, Chris. This fucking, dude, we'll end it on that right there. It's already been an hour 22. Bro.
No way.
Yeah, I try to
Trip
keep
out.
it like at an hour 30, but like if it ends up running, it's all good. But like, dude, we're right there.
Oh, that's sick,
dude. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you,
bro.
Kano. Fucking A.
Dude, you're the fucking man, Chris.
Fuck yeah, dude. Stoked to come on.
Dude, we'll do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, brother.
Mad love.
Peace.